Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Last part of our forest to fire several years ago, we decided to stay and help it recover. People who have heavy machinery have the opportunity to reach out and help their neighbors for the common good.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
In my experience, if you work the land, you got to be a jack of all trades. You got to have a little bit of optimism, a little bit of idealism, and a whole lot of get-go.
I'm Vance Wood, and we're in China Grove, Alabama. After a few years kicking around in high school, I decided I wanted to go in the U.S. Coast Guard. After my service history, to my fellow man, there's nothing that makes it any better than the fact that we take care of each other. And that's what we were born and bred to do. If somebody says they need something, I'm like, all right, great, let's get after it. It wasn't long after I purchased the tractor, a summer thunderstorm that blew up rather quickly. I looked at my fence, naturally, of course. Now I looked over at Miss Sarah's, and there was a lot of limbs down. I just went straight to the house and changed clothes and hopped on the Kioti. I took a picture of the Kioti with the grapples full of the limbs that I picked up. I just wanted people to know that, hey, get out and help your neighbor, share that spirit of unity. I absolutely think that the Dirt Brigade, could be a positive as far as going and helping communities rebuild after storms. It just does my heart good to see others helping, other people. Good deeds and dirty work. It's about getting your hands dirty and doing good for others.
There are better-known tractors in the world than Kioti. Ones with bigger names, longer histories, more popular hats, cute toy lines. But there's not a single tractor ever been built that's better equipped to do the dirty work. So we'll let the others keep their squeaky clean images. And we'll focus on what really matters. Kioti. We dig Kioti. We know that when the weekend rolls around, you have two choices. Kick up your feet or kick up some dirt. If only all decisions could be so easy. Kioti. We dig dirt. Kioti may not be a household name, but we are a land name, and a work name, and a family name. And those are all the names we'll ever need. Kioti, we dig dirt. The difference between a clean tractor and a dirty one can be found in the heart of the person who holds the key. Kioti, we dig dirt. At Kioti, we're going to treat you like dirt. Because we hold dirt in the highest regard. We respect it in all its forms. We're honored to find it under our fingernails. Lucky to be caked in it at day's end. And we count our blessings every time we're able to return to it. We come from dirt. It is the great equalizer. It keeps us humble, honest. Dirt gets taken for granted by most. But if you know us, you know getting treated like dirt means getting treated with respect. Kioti. We dig dirt.
I grew up in a small town in Montana called Harrison, Montana. Ever since I was a little kid, I always dreamed about joining the military. When I joined the Army right out of high school, I ended up getting to the 101st Airborne Division. If I could go back in time and change the circumstance of what happened to me on October 9th, I definitely wouldn't, because if I wouldn't have stepped on that IED, somebody else would have. And I'm lucky enough that I survived. I remember like it was yesterday. The most beautiful morning I remember in Afghanistan. I just happened to come up on this trail and I saw 5-6 Taliban staring right at me. And as I was raising my rifle to engage, an IED detonated directly underneath me. Still not sure what even happened to me. It was just real blurry, tingling, burning sensation running through my entire body. And then I got myself sat up and I noticed my legs were completely gone. As soon as the helicopter came and picked me up, I couldn't breathe. I started turning blue and I started holding my breath to die. That close to death, I could remember every single detail about my daughter's weight, the day she was born, the smell of her hair, everything. And my goal at that point was just trying to stay alive to see them one last time.
I think a big fear of his was that he would maybe lose his family, that I wouldn't still love him, or that he wouldn't be good enough for me anymore now that he didn't have the limbs. And so I told him, we're not going anywhere. We're a team and that we really would get through this together.
The transition was extremely difficult. Nobody prepares you for what happens on the outside in the wounded warrior realm and what it's like to live a life with no arms and legs. The only way I knew I could be really happy with my injuries and stuff was to be able to challenge myself through the great outdoors where nothing's handicap accessible. You have to adapt and overcome. One of the things that I really loved about those adventures is if there was other warriors out there with me, we'd learn from each other. And that's kind of like what led up to creating Mohawk Outdoors. Let's create a program to focus on taking all combat vets on outdoor adventures and experiencing what is the most healing thing in the world, and that's the great outdoors. Out in nature, there isn't handrails to help you walk with. There isn't, nice flat surfaces for you to drive your wheelchair on and stuff like that. We've been saying it since we started Mohawk Outdoors that being able to have a UTV, something we can get paraplegics, double amputees, easily and safely inside and out of, it would be a dream come true for us.
Holy cow! I wasn't expecting this in the morning. Dang.
Morning, JD.
Hey, good morning.
What do you think?
It's beautiful, man.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Wow.
Dang. The winch system immediately caught my eye. The lights.
Got a couple rifle racks.
Rifle, I just saw that. Oh my God. I've never seen one modified like this before.
JD, it was an absolute honor to be a part of this project and modifying this K9 UTV to help you and your brothers to continue your mission through Mohawk Outdoors. So on behalf of Kioti and from one veteran to another, it's yours, brother.
Thank you so much. You guys have no idea what you guys just did.
Ready to take this thing for a ride?
Let's do it.
Park brake.
The day I got injured is something I remember like it was yesterday. I went to get myself up and I fell to my right side and I noticed my arm was blown completely off. And then I got myself sat up and I noticed my legs were completely gone. The transition was extremely difficult. The only way I could be happy was doing the things that I love to do, and that was getting back in the dirt. Just doing everything I could outdoors to heal my soul, basically. I was meeting other wounded warriors, getting out of the hospital and not doing so good. So I started taking wounded warriors on trips. We decided while we were, sitting in camp together that we were going to form an organization called Mohawk Outdoors to focus on taking all combat vets on outdoor adventures. Being able to have a UTV, being able to put anybody inside that thing makes it easier on all of us.
This is the honey hole for catfish, y'all. Dang, John, this place is hopping, man.
There's a sign that you walk into our Montana lodge that says this isn't a wounded warrior hunt. And what we mean by that is we want those guys to experience everything. Getting these guys out of their wheelchairs, out of their houses, out in nature, in the dirt, and experiencing what is the most healing thing in the world, and that's the great outdoors. trouble for him. Nobody likes being called wounded anything. Treat me like the man I was when I raised my right hand.
Spider. Was it a banana spider?
So this Kioti UTV is going to be a gift not just for myself and Mohawk Outdoors, but every warrior that participates on our trip, getting them places they've never been. It's not only adapted to where I could drive it with a prosthetic arm, it also had 2 hydraulic lifts that I could lift my own wheelchair up and any other person's wheelchair. Guys that are paraplegics, triple amputees, doubles, whatever, you just don't see UTVs like that ever. And we got about 30 to 50 veterans they're going to be riding in that UTV this year, and it's just changed the game in Mohawk Outdoors. It's a huge blessing. Seeing guys' smiling faces riding around in that thing. You know, none of us like being helped. We want to have as much independence as possible, and that UTV does it all for us.
Be some good catfish, you guys.
Now you can hear it sizzling.